What is up, guys? It is Christ, and we are back with another batch of Amaranth songs. I honestly don't even know what to call these videos. I actually recorded this in the same day that I had recorded the other one, although I'm probably going to space this like at least a week out. I don't want to spam the channel with a bunch of Amaranth. I'm thinking a week and a half, 2 weeks is what I'll sort of space this out with. But ultimately, I've been really getting into this band. And the songs I have is not enough. Like, I need more. And so I've just been like, you know what? I'm just going to record a bunch in one day and then, like, slowly space it out over the coming weeks. And so I don't even know what the comments will say on the last video. If you guys even saw it at all, I'm just doing this because I enjoy this band. And so we're going to be checking out another batch of songs today. We're going to be checking out Amaranthine, I think is what it's called. Then Hunger. Then we're going to be checking out Digital World and Maximise. All of these looks like they're pretty popular songs. Of course, that's not the reason I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I really enjoy the band. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm pretty excited to check out more Amaranth. Now, I have to say this before we get into it. I think I've listened to I didn't listen to the Helix one, the Helix acoustic on camera, but I have heard it, and it's really good. That being said, counting that one, I've heard 8 so far, and we are 8 for 8. I have loved everything I've heard, and the more I listen to any particular song, the more I love it, and so I'm expecting these ones to be the exact same. I have not heard a bad song. I don't expect to hear a bad song, and so yeah, I'm pretty excited. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Is the reason why we fight or stay alive. Until the morning comes, it's a strife. But a shimmer in your eyes just makes me know that you and I belong, and you can light the dark all by your own. So let us show the world our love is strong. Like a sign, like a dream, you're my Amaranthine.
Okay, I was not expecting this.
I need and believe me. Like we drift in a stream, your beauty serene. There's nothing else in life I ever need. My dream Amaranthine.
Time goes by as day and nights are turning into years, but I'm lying in your arms. It's the place where I know that I am closest to your heart, where the darkest all apart. I know you feel the same as I inside. It feels like in a dream where we can fly. Like a sign, like a dream, you're my Amaranthine. You're all I need, and believe me. Like we drift in a stream, your beauty's serene. There's nothing else in life I ever need. My dream Amaranthine.
Ooh, I like that squeal. That was nice. Okay, I wasn't sure what to think of the song at first, but now it's really got me into it. There we go.
Like a dream, you're my Amaranthine. You are all I need, and believe me.
Oh yes, give me that guitar solo. Yes. I didn't know who's the guitarist. This is either Olaf or Hager. Oh my God, that sounds so amazing with all three at once.
Like a dream in a stream, your beauty's serene.
Wow, what a song. I wasn't sure what to think of it at first, but it got me into it. That was it kind of like had a false start, where I thought it was just going to be more of a ballad and a love song. I mean, it was definitely, but at the same time, it was also um, probably the most heavy love song I've heard. I'll put it that way. It was awesome. It was pretty good. Um, now, yeah, it was just I don't really know what else to say about the song. It was the guitar solo was definitely absolutely amazing. I love that guitar solo. Um, and I really loved the section when all three of the singers came together. You heard the not singers, vocalists. They're all vocalists. You have the screaming vocals, and then you have I think it was Jake singing, and then Elise was also singing on top of it, and it sounded really really good. Um, really really enjoyed the song. I gotta say I'm not really one for love songs. It's just not something that appeals to me. I mean, they're nice. And I think this is one of the exceptions that I'll make. Same with Endless Sacrifice by Dream Theater. That song is absolutely amazing, and it's technically a love song, but at the same time, the musicianship, just like this one, is just so phenomenal that I can look past that. But normally, I don't really care for love songs. But Amaranthine, I actually had to look it up because I didn't know what it was talking about. And in Amaranthine is apparently like a fictional type of flower. It's which is pretty interesting. So it's saying when it's saying you're my Amaranthine is basically meaning you're my flower, or is what it's saying. But like I said, I'm not really that like I guess it doesn't really appeal to me. That being said, lyrical content aside, the music was amazing. Elisa's vocals in the beginning were absolutely amazing with the piano. That was really cool. Um, and so, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Super good song. Now, we're going to be checking out Hunger. Okay. If it shows me Universal... What? What? I don't think this is a Universal movie. What? Okay, it's got me interested. Looks like a kidnapping scenario it looks like some bad guys. Assuming Jake's gonna come in and save the day. Whoever does the clean vocals. Ooh.
In the pouring rain, disinformed, set the norm, you're to blame. Spin the wheel, break the seal to conceal that I'm fighting is unreal. I'm ashamed of the way that I wanna be. That's about my own soul, about me.
That's almost like Jen Ledger. Who's gonna save him now? They got him too. Oh, more members from the band. Okay, that's cool. So the rest of the band is coming to save him. Ooh. Okay, he got about to mess some stuff up. That's awesome. That looks awesome. Not gonna lie, I would love to see a movie based off of that where the singers get kidnapped and the rest of the band has to save them for a concert. That would be an absolutely amazing. That would be an amazing plot for a movie. They get kidnapped by a bunch of bad guys and they gotta save them. Oh my god, that would be such a funny movie. You'd have to put comedy in it too. It can't be just like all serious simply because the nature of the video would be just absolutely hilarious. But man, that was a funny video. I thought it was funny at least. It wasn't really that serious. It was more kind of cheesy and over the top, and I loved it. Yeah, it was a super good song too. I loved the breakdown and the guitar solo was amazing. You guys will have to let me know who's the guitarist or who does the lead guitar because I'm pretty sure it's Olaf because here it says that there's only one guitarist on this song. But yeah, the song was absolutely amazing. I think I like this one better than Amaranthine. So far the best one out of the bunch we've heard so far. Of course, there's 2 more to go. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the songs that we've heard so far. So I guess let's just take a look at the lyrics and see if I can. No, I don't think I'm gonna go over the lyrics in this one. Looks like it's kind of on the more far out there side. That being said, music is absolutely amazing, singers are absolutely amazing, and the instruments are absolutely amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Digital World. I love their videos too, they're so addicting. They're so high quality, I love them. I don't like this aspect ratio. I don't like it that some companies have switched to this. Okay, never mind. Looks like she's a cyborg in this one. Looks like they multiple people are. The riffs in this song are absolutely amazing, and I love how the electronic stuff complements the guitar. I gotta say, I don't know which of the screaming vocals I like more. I like both of them. That line is so true. Okay. Oh, yes, that's a good breakdown. Okay, I like the build up. This kind of stuff. I was hoping they'd end it with a breakdown, but sadly not. There you guys have it. That was Digital World. It's hard to say. I liked the previous one, Hunger, but this one was also really good. This also, I think this was a time where, Henrik, I believe, is the current, um, Henrik is the current, I guess, heavy vocalist. And then I believe the current one is Nils. So I guess this was the brief time where both Jake and Henrik were sort of in the band. I don't know how many albums they recorded like that, but I know I really like Nils. Nils is really good. I think I like him a little bit better than Jake, but at the same time, Jake is really good. It's so hard when a band has multiple like super talented vocalists because you're torn. The same way I said this in the previous video, but same way with Killswitch Engage. Like I love Howard Jones to death. I love Jesse Leach to death, and I can't pick between them. And so it's so hard for me to choose a favorite album because I love Jesse Leach and Howard Jones. And it's the same way with Exodus because you have I don't like the original singer that much, but I love Steve Souza and I love Rob Dukes. It's such a hard toss-up to like say which one you like more, and it's sort of the same way with this one, with the vocalists on this because Henrik, and then the previous one was his name Andreas. I love both of them. They're both really good in different ways. I think Andreas was a little bit higher pitched, but Henrik has also got the more brutal side of it, and so it's so hard to choose between them. But I think I like Henrik a little bit more. I mean, not Henrik. I think I like Nils a little bit more than Jake. Um, but that being said, Jake is still awesome. I love him too. Um, but yeah, that's sort of my analysis of sort of the singers in this one. But in this one, I'm gonna try and go into a little bit of a lyrical analysis. Let's go off of the interpretation that someone put up here on Genius. Let me see if I can get this up here. Yeah, there we go. It says, Digital World is about how everything in the world is digitized and higher powers are watching and monitoring everything. They offer you immortality and eternal happiness in exchange for everything that makes you individual and gives you a voice, everything that makes you human. It also goes on to talk about how we share information with each other like satellites and tell everyone everything. This is a large part of how this force is controlling of how this force controlling everything monitor you. I don't even know what this is saying. But I didn't get that vibe when I had got this song. I got more of a nihilistic look on the digital age when I read this. We spin the world like a pinball machine. We have thoughts of a life in abundance. Day and night we wish movies were real, and what's left and what's behind the screen is our entrance. So I guess this is talk about wishing you could go into that particular area. Bridge says, I'm a satellite transmitting different eras. I am the voice of the next generation, completely digital, create synthetic auras, start a revolution now. Now, when you ask me, I have a pretty mixed opinion on the digital age. There are aspects of it that I love and aspects of it that I do not like. There is a lot of censorship and bias that goes on with companies. That's as far as into that particular area as I'm going to say. But also at the same time, I realize that it is extremely vital and things are possible now that were not possible before. Like one thing I was going to comment is with the different electronic stuff in this, I'm curious to see what this is going to sound like live. because there's a lot of electronic stuff that I would definitely like to see live, and I just don't know how they'd be able to pull it off aside from just an audio track. But if they could pull that kind of stuff off live with like sound technicians and stuff in the booth, that would be amazing if they could pull something like that off live. But I don't know. There are aspects of the like the digital age I do like. This is kind of like going on a tangent, I realize, but I'm still gonna say it. Streaming itself is both a blessing and a curse, because it's the death of the physical medium, which I honestly love. I still prefer to buy CDs to digital music to this day, and it's not because I'm older. It's just that I prefer to have something tangible in my hands. I prefer to have something that like I can look at on a shelf and just like reminisce and be like, wow, that's such a great album or something like that. I mean, I I guess I'm sort of old-fashioned then in that aspect. Same thing goes for like video games and stuff. I prefer to have the physical version of video games, although some consoles I've been sort of making an exception for. I don't have my Nintendo Switch up here, but the Switch is a good one to have just digital ones because you can just take them on the go with you and it's just simpler. Um, but in terms of the digital age, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. There's aspects of it I like and aspects I don't. So that's all I'm going to say on that particular aspect, but I do think this song is amazing. Let's see what the chorus says. You will never have to cry because the future is sold. You can never die and you'll never grow old. So I guess this is talk about it in a more positive look. Oh, but everything surrounding you is digital. Never break the mold. You do as you're told. Freedom is for sale if you give them control. Erase, return in a digital world. So this is, I guess the first half is stuff that could potentially be good, but also the second half is stuff that could be bad. So that's sort of the way I feel about it too. Like there is definitely things about the digital age that I like and things I don't. And he says, I know it feels like you're part of a dream. You can fly and fight wars without judgment. You respawn and mistakes will repeal, but you will always be searching for an answer. This is just more talking about just, I guess, things that you could do if you could just like transport yourself into like a digital reality, which would be kind of interesting. We're definitely, I think, a ways away from that, but it'd be interesting. It's going to be long after our time, but like 150 years from now in the future, who's to say that we won't be able to transfer consciousness into an electronic device, which would be really interesting to see. Like, imagine if the Animus from, like, Assassin's Creed became real life. That would be amazing. Be able to experience things that happened, 10,000 years ago or something. It would be incredible to watch. Watch history unfold, or even be able to put you in a simulation of something like that, I think would be absolutely amazing. You can obviously tell I had a lot to say about this song. But we're going to be going with the final video, Maximise. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh, I love that windmill.
Hello, is there someone out there who can hear me scream?
What you hear is not the same in a musical word.
If you read between the lines, it is a read.
The darkness that you feel. Are you loud or overdrive? Can you be the one to lift me higher? The future can be brighter. Someone be my guiding light. Maybe I can give what you require. There's something else to mesmerize.
Maximize me, let's go beyond reality. If you can see what I see, hypnotize, maximize
There you guys have it. That was Maximize. I would say that's a pretty good song. I will say it's kind of middle of the pack when it comes to the songs I've heard today. It was definitely pretty good. But I think I like the other two before this better. I think Amaranthine is probably it's probably the I don't like saying like the worst song. I just feel bad saying that because it is a really good song. It's just I think that's the bottom tier one today. This one would be right above it, and then it would be Digital World, and then it would be Hunger. I thought Hunger was amazing. It blew me away. Um, yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna rank, or at least rank them today. Um, let's look and see what Maximize is about. Now on Genius, it doesn't really say what Henrik's part says. It just says growl. I'm pretty sure I was able to understand a couple of the things it was saying, but not a whole lot. Okay, it says, hello, is someone out there who can make me scream? Alone, if you read between the lines, it is serene. Uh, don't really quite know what that's talking about. I had a couple ideas, but they're not appropriate. But I'm pretty sure that's not what it's about. It says, how are you allowed to overdrive? Can you be the one to lift me higher? It could be talking about perhaps like a higher power that they're sort of reaching out to. That could be like sort of what this is talking about. Um, mesmerize me, maximize me. Let's go beyond reality. If you can see what I see, Okay, I guess let's sort of just like go at this like a couple lines at a time. Let's go beyond reality. If you could see what I see. So maybe this person has seen a vision of things and they want like other people to experience what they experienced. Let's take it to eternity. Believe the will inside of me. Maybe that's something that the thing they saw is something that they won't stop until they actually see it. Come home to a life you never wanted to be real. Control preen and dignity to free the soul. Again, this is kind of one of the ones where it's kind of like I don't really know what it's talking about particularly. They get kind of metaphorical slash philosophical. I cannot talk today. In their songs, so some of them I can understand pretty easily, and others I have to sort of work at it. And there's others where I can't really figure out what it's about at all. And this falls into that category. That being said, it was a really good song. I certainly enjoyed it. It was probably, I would say, second to last. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna rate Amaranthine like over this one, despite it being like a love song. I still think that the instrumentation in that song was a little bit better. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna rate these. If you guys enjoy the video, please make sure that you drop a like, as well as leave a comment and subscribe. It helps us get pushed further up in the algorithms, and more people can see it. I know that Amaranth necessarily isn't the best thing to react to on this channel. Really, in general, I was looking at some just sort of statistics for Amaranth reactions, and they don't seem to do very well on YouTube. They seem to do really good, the music videos do, but the views themselves for like the reactions don't really tend to be that big. That being said, I'm still going to check out the band because I really enjoy them. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys. This has been Christ. We will see you later.